Hello, everyone. It's now 10:19 p.m. at night. So, um, thankfully, I have a hotel room tonight off the streets. But the bad side is, it's like I hate to say that I got reinfested with the bed bugs after checking into this room. Excuse me. So, I didn't realize it was that time again that like I guess it was must have been February was the last time I got the payment for the YouTube partnership thing. And as I said, I don't really get much. So um I'm not gonna say how much I got, but it took me 3 months to reach enough. I mean, to reach it where I have had enough to cash out. Like it'd be like um on average like every 3 months. But I think one time it took like maybe it was like between October and December. I think, and it took me like 2 months. But I think that was because somebody sent me like $150 with the applause thing. Excuse me. But and I think that was the reason how I was able to cash out so quickly then. But if you reach $100 worth, then you know they will you can, I mean, they will send you a payment. But as I said, I'm not gonna disclose how much. Um, excuse me, because of the online perps and their fake. Trying to think that they can calculate and count my finances and everything. And it caught me off guard. I mean, like, cause like, excuse me, it was a few days ago or a week or two ago. I was I wasn't sure if I was gonna get paid this month or next month. And then surprisingly, I got the notification. Like, I was trying to panhandle and ask for help with just like $8 or $10 for money for dinner because I had like $5 in cash. And nobody helped me online, but in person, I'm not gonna say how it happened, but I was able to get help. Um, excuse me. And I tried to get like the more lower price meal. Even though the person encouraged me to order whatever I wanted, and I felt like, I felt like I wasn't trying to be too what y'all want to call greedy or trying to be covetous or anything, but as much as the special food I wanted to have a rare chance at having, I just stuck to trying to not take too much, and I'm glad I was able to have like satiating and filling dinner. And you know I've been trying to not drink like sodas and lemonade and stuff, but most of the time. But I had some lemonade last night with my dinner. Excuse me, and some water as well. So, um, the payment didn't like the payment didn't hit my bank account until this morning though. excuse me, it hit my bank account this morning. And so I was able to have enough points where I was able to book a hotel room for only $17, you know. And but that was all the extra points that I had for enough for, a discounted night. Excuse me. So I feel like I'm not enjoying myself in this room because of being bitten up. And this was that room that I was in where I don't think it was the first day, but I think it was the second day I was in here, and I ordered certain things from DoorDash, and I thought that I had a perfect or good day. It was a couple of weeks ago. Excuse me, and then come to find out my day was totally ruined by that lady was a perp that secretly gave me bed bugs. So I was put back into this room, and then like I tried to rest and get me, and I was gonna go to bed early. I tried to rest, and but my right elbow and my right arm was being like viciously attacked, you know. So, but I had washed myself, took a shower with the soap. I need to get me some more, and I sprayed as much as I could. I need to get me some more sanitizing, stuff and some more soap to try to battle this again. So, um, I couldn't really rest well or sleep last night, with that being the second night in a row on the streets. And then mosquitoes kept trying to get, like, I try to cover myself and cover my face as much as possible, but having to, trying to have an opening where I can breathe. The mosquitoes took advantage of that, and twice mosquitoes kept trying to get inside of my nose, you know. But I'm not gonna say what else happened. Um, I'm not gonna say what else happened. So, um, but something, I made a mistake this morning, but it's like too embarrassing to talk about. It was like an internal personal problem with just me, myself, and I, and nature, you know. So I'm just not gonna talk about it, um, but so I think I got a little bit of sleep in the middle of the night, and yeah, it was like twice mosquitoes, two different times in the middle of the night. Mosquitoes trying to enter my nose, and and mosquitoes kept trying to attack my body and kept harassing me, you know. Excuse me. And so then I just excuse me, went to the library. Um Wait, where did I go this morning? Oh yeah, yeah. I went to the restaurant to try to kill time before the library will open. Well, I mean, I ate too, and I tried to kill time, and I had like kind of like an upsetting experience um with another customer. But I'm not gonna really talk about it. Was I didn't say anything really, but this older man, he was like frustrating me. Um, so I'm not gonna really go into detail. Excuse me, to talk about it, but um, so I had the breakfast, and I just try to pass the time before the library would have opened. And then I went to the library, and it had this black guy. I assume that he's homeless too. And for the past few times that I saw him, um, I said hello to him, and he acted like he think he's too good to say hello back. You know, and that made me question whether or not, okay, I think he's a perp. Excuse me. Either a perp or just a straight up asshole. But I really think he's acting like a straight up asshole because he's a perp. Oh, I was just trying to say hello, hey, how you doing? But they had this homeless woman that been following me around. Like if I go to the Gretna Library, she's there. But if I go to the Harvey Library, she's there too. And then if I go to the New Orleans downtown library, she's there too. It seems like she followed me around every library I go to. And then twice I noticed that if I get up to go do something, she gets up that like earlier today, like she would get up at the exact same time I would get up and go do something, you know. Um so if I got up to go use the bathroom, she got up to go outside, and so the very second I got up, almost immediately after or almost simultaneously, she get up and go do something too, you know. But other than that, mm, I guess my day was fine. But then I went to go and got me some this kind of juice that I liked. Um and I had like I was able to get like a tamale. It was a big one too. A tamale for $4. That plus this little cake that I like. It's not that sweet, more like a bread or cake or whatever. And filled me up. Hold on, I have to use the bathroom again. Okay, I'm back. So I'm not gonna say how, but I unintentionally mildly poisoned myself this morning. Um, and so um, then afterwards, I mean, I tried to call this number and couldn't get through to anybody, you know. And I was like, well, I hope I don't need to go to the emergency room, you know. Excuse me, but I guess I turned out to be all right. But then later on, I took some of my supplement this morning. So, yeah, like I had enough points, just enough points for one discounted night. And all I had to pay was $17. But now it's reduced to where I have to work my way back up to do more nights and earn more points um, in order to have free or discounted nights. So like if I were to pay um excuse me, if I were to pay to stay here like for tomorrow night, I would have to pay the full amount. Um well, I guess the full member amount, and that would be just enough. I mean, it probably would be just enough for all I had left. But because I have to buy more of my special soap and sanitizer and to rebattle, the bed bug situation again. I have to now, you know, that is the reason why I can only do tonight and then have to be back on the streets tomorrow. Excuse me. Otherwise, if I didn't have this to happen to me, I would have just enough funds, probably just enough funds for another night to stay here. But then it would have been like as if I had just enough to stay here for one more night, but then no money for food or anything like that. So I had to, make a choice. But then this choice turned out to be no choice. Excuse me, and so yeah, that perp. I mean, like when I was here a couple of weeks ago, um, and I think the first day, I everything was fine, and then it might have been the second day, the next day. I don't think it was the first day. I think it was the next day. Um, and that DoorDash lady didn't seem like she was bitten up or had anything, but I think she was a perp that she gave me like a bad freaking infestation. You know, excuse me, and they fixed the handicap bench or whatever in the shower, and so when I checked in, you know, I the front desk agent, she tried to give me a room where the TV was on blasting loud, and it looked like as if um I don't know if people were active. They couldn't have been because it seemed like there were it looked like two pillows on the bed, and the mattress was extremely dirty and it had some blood on it. And then they had like the dressers or counters or whatever were dirty, and it looked like it had like a and it looked like as if they had like somebody left a Coke, a 20-ounce Coke that looked like they drunk a couple of sips or a couple of gulps of the Coke, and that was sitting on the counter or whatever. Excuse me. So then I told her about the room. Now this morning when I booked the room, they said 74% booked, meaning they have they have quite a few rooms, And then so she lied to me and said that that was the last room and that they don't have any more rooms. And she was trying to tell me, "Oh, well, I'll get the housekeeper to clean the room." I really was like, "No, I don't want to I don't even want to be in it. I don't feel comfortable. I don't even want to be in that room." And then and there was some other things going on that if I said it, y'all would get mad at me about. So I'm just not gonna say. So then she waited till the last minute to make it like as if, "Oh, I just found you another room," you know. Excuse me. That she's like, "Oh, I found, another room that I didn't realize it was clean or whatever, because she was trying to make me take that other room and try to make it like, oh, this was the last room. And so then she put me back in this room. Excuse me. And so I went to the first thing that I did was take a shower. Like before laying in a bed or anything like that. I went to take a take a shower, you know, and then I went to try to fight to stay awake, but just lay down and rest, and my legs um was swelling, back to swelling again from even 2 nights of being on the streets and not having anywhere to lay down. Um, my legs are back to swelling again. Excuse me, it's worse than my experiences that I used to have being homeless on the streets in 2018 and 19. You know, so so then um, I think it was after 5 something in the evening. I dozed off, tried to fight it, but then I dozed off and fell asleep, and maybe got like an hour or so of sleep, and I woke up with bed bug bites. Um, it wasn't my fault that that perp lady did that, you know, but excuse me, due to me having to buy more soap and um a way to clean and sanitize, rubbing alcohol and all that, I that will be the cause of me. I mean, and I needed to buy some more anyway because I'm like very low on my soap and everything, you know. Excuse me. Um, so I try to spray and sanitize um as much as try to spray and sanitize the bed and everything as much as I could, and then I even rubbed some of the alcohol on the bites, and it took a little while, but the irritation and the itchiness and burning or whatever and the swelling went down some, and then it's like I couldn't even sleep for the rest of the evening and was just up and being all frustrated and everything. And so, like, tomorrow, I'm gonna have to get more soap and rubbing alcohol and just rebattle this all over again. You know, um, excuse me, battle this all over again. As I said, that was like between Uber Eats and DoorDash, mainly DoorDash drivers. It's like only one time I caught it from an Uber Eats driver, and that was like the third time I caught it from the bed bugs from a damn DoorDash driver. Like, what the hell is wrong with, like, I don't even know if the DoorDash and Uber Eats drivers be homeless or anything like that, but you know, excuse me, but a lot of the times, like, people who do DoorDash and stuff, like, they drive around in dirty cars and dirty vehicles, like dirty and junky vehicles and stuff. So, like, during that time, my legs were swelling and hurting really bad, and I was trying to recuperate my body. I don't remember. Like, I think it was the second day. It might have been that first day, but I thought it was the second day after I had been in here for a day and everything was fine. But it might have been that day. Um, you know what? I think it was the day that I went to court. Um, I think it was that day or the day after. Um, you know. So I mean, I don't know if they're doing that shit on purpose to try to make it like, oh, like they want to teach me a lesson or give me the hint that, oh, but as I said, sometimes, not all the time, but every once in a while, like if I'm too tired or not feeling well or too exhausted or too sleep deprived, sometimes I will have no choice but to. Or if I'm in an area where the buses don't run that good, sometimes I will have no choice but to order DoorDash when I have a hotel room, but not always or not all the time. Or like when I was at one of the other hotels, if I stayed for a few days, I think when I was working at the Piccadilly job, and a little bit after that, I was able to get Uber Eats if I stayed more than one day. I would either do Uber Eats and buy one, get one free if I knew I was staying for more than one day, or I would order like Domino's, you know. But yeah, like Domino's. I don't know about Pizza Hut because I haven't had Pizza Hut in so long, and Papa John's, but Domino's, um, it's like the McDonald's of pizza, if you ask me. Because how the hell you eat like 3 or 4 slices of pizza and then you're back hungry again, like kind of like starving hungry like 30 minutes later? And it's the same way with McDonald's, and that's why I be trying to not even. Well, I don't even eat I try to not even touch McDonald's. And as I said, excuse me, it's, to be addicted to fast food and stuff. It's not a, and then you to be addicted to fast food, and then struggling to know when your next meal is. It's excruciating torture to be addicted to fast food. And nowadays, people are complaining that fast food is more expensive than these regular sit down restaurants. You know, hold on, I have to use the bathroom again. My body must be cleaning out and detoxing because now I keep having to make multiple bathroom trips. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so, oh, well, I guess as I'm laying down and my body is detoxing, I guess, my the leg swelling is going down some, like even like after a few hours of laying down, it seemed like as if the swelling in my legs went down, like what looked like, mm, almost 50%, you know. So like I can feel the excessive fluid draining from my heart with all the pressure on my heart and everything, excuse me. And maybe having a little bit of sleep, maybe that helped too. Excuse me. So yeah, so I kind of forgot where I left off, but the front desk agent again today, she tried to lie about not having many rooms. And I don't know if I'm the only one she singles out and treats a certain way. And as I said, she was perping me and throwing up devil horns, hand signs, and stuff. Not today. Well, I mean, she didn't throw up those signs today, but a couple of weeks ago she did. And so she looked like she's like no older than 25 years old, but she treats me like or talks to me like as if I'm slow or a child, and like everything I do or say gets on her nerves, like as if she hates my presence. Excuse me. So, was it over the weekend or last week when I try to call? Like she tried to tell me, like when I would go to try to book a room, um, she would lie and say that there are no rooms available. And this hotel does fill up pretty quick, but sometimes she be lying. And I think I'm the only one she treats like this, because she got a whole bunch of good reviews on the website. On Google reviews, they speak well of her, you know. And I'm like, this is not my experience with her. But I come here because it's convenient, and you know, it's convenient and much cheaper than a lot of the other hotels, even though they don't have breakfast. No breakfast at all, just coffee. But it looks like every now and then they might have donuts or cookies or something. But um, so she would lie to me and say that there are no rooms or no vacancies. And come to find out, the website will say that yes, there are vacancies and rooms left. And then, excuse me, and then it's like, what else was I gonna say? So she told me that from now on I should call first and ask if there are rooms available. And then when I would call, she would ignore the phone on purpose, and like what she did last week, she she picked up the phone and then hung it back up, and then I called back again, and she let the phone ring like 8 or 9 times and just ignored me and everything. And so then that resulted in me having to go to the other hotel and spend more money. And so then I'm like, and I could have had enough. If I could would have stayed here, I could have had racked up enough points for um a quicker way to get earn free nights, more free nights. So then when I was at the other hotel a few days ago, I called up the corporation hotline, the customer service, and I had the customer service agent to call and ask you know why, if the website says such and such, you know why she keep lying, and saying that there are no rooms when they got plenty of rooms. And so then the customer service agent called up the hotel and confronted her about it. And even the customer service agent said, like, there were like was like one king bed and like 11 double beds that were free and available. And the customer service agent even said that she doesn't know why the front desk agent would keep turning people away, or in the customer service, I mean the front desk agent, lied, told a cleverly evil lie, and lied and said that that she turns people away. She mentioned something about that she turns people away because she said, well, I don't know if the people that are staying, if they want to renew more nights. Oh, but when I was trying to renew more nights, I was told that I had to check out, and you know, if I wasn't sure, I was told that I had to check out, you know. So she didn't give me no chances, so I had to check out. But other people, oh, she would give them a chance to if they if there was a chance for them to renew more nights. So then so it's like so yeah, so when she would perk me by lying and saying that there are no more rooms, or that, or she, like earlier today, she tried to give me a bad room on purpose. You know, excuse me. So But I don't know if it was just that room. But like this is like a brand new hotel that used to be a motel, and then um they fixed it up and turned it into a hotel. And it seems like some of the furniture is like, is it some of the same furniture? I mean, like if this is a new hotel, why do they have like some of the furniture is like dirty and like like if it's a new hotel or remodeled hotel, like the walls are repainted. They got they fixed the sinks and stuff like that, but like the mattresses and the chairs and stuff, it's in like they're like dirty with stains on them. Sometimes they might have um dirty stuff on the doors. I'm like, well, did people um ruin the mattresses that quick, or did they have like, you know, I mean, this bed right here seems like it's firm. This mattress seems firm, but after what I saw, the mattress of the other room, like I feel like kind of like traumatized and disgusted, you know. Um, so it's like, and that mattress on that bed, it looked like as if it had been old, and like it wasn't even. I mean, it looked like it was very stained and old and stuff. It did not look like it was fresh and kind of new or a few months old. Nah, you know, excuse me. So, but yeah, so yeah, the front desk agent wants me to call before I come, just so she can lie and say that there are no rooms. So this morning it said 74% of the rooms were booked, and then by the time I checked in, um, I went on the website and it said 80% of rooms are booked. And she, lied and said that that was the last room. So, um, I'm kind of scared to go back to sleep tonight. But I need my sleep. I need my rest. And I guess I would just have to keep spraying and sanitizing if those fuckers try to bite me again. Um, you know, but yeah, I think a couple of weeks ago I was days of sleep deprived and like exhausted and tired, from being on the streets and not being able to sleep and stuff like that, and being, so yeah, like all it takes would be like two two nights for me to be on the streets and sitting up and nowhere comfortable or whatever, you know, and then I would have to deal with my legs swelling and being swollen and painful, and get like severe, like really bad fluid retention. And then once I go to a hotel room, it seemed like the fluid in my legs would drain. Like my legs were heavy swollen. I think it was last Thursday when I checked into the other hotel. And then by excuse me, uh excuse me, by Monday night. I mean, I'm sorry, by Monday morning, all the swelling had gone down in my legs, and my legs actually had the pain and swelling went down, and I felt more energized, and and like my legs were back to normal, you know. But sometimes it would be just my ankles swelling, but lately like my legs swelling, you know. And sometimes it would be like my arms and hands be puffy and swelling too. Um, you know, let me see something. Yeah, so it's 11:07 p.m. at night right now. Oh, excuse me. Uh, so, um, so tomorrow morning, well, tomorrow I have to check out of here. Maybe before I check out, I'm gonna, I guess, I don't know what time I wake up, but try to go to the store and try to get some more soap and and whatever else I need, and also try to get breakfast, and then come back here and try to clean and sanitize what I could, um and then have to check out. And I don't know how much money I will have left over, um but excuse me, I might have enough funds left over for like a couple of more days of worth of a couple of more days worth of food, where I may not have to ask for help for food, but then have to suffer on the streets. And then this is Memorial Day weekend, and then I don't know if the malls will be closed. I think the malls will be closed and the libraries will be closed, and it will be torture to be on the streets with nowhere to go. You know, during for the Memorial Day holiday. So, um, I guess I would need to ask for help for hotel room for like Sunday night and Monday night. Trying to, ask for help off the streets. I mean, could you imagine being on the streets with nowhere to go and nowhere to use the bathroom? And restaurants ain't nice enough to let you sit up in there all day. It's not like Pensacola, you know. Um, but in New Orleans, restaurants, I haven't found a restaurant where I can, buy a meal and then sit and charge my phone for like a few hours, and just hang out and mind my business and use the bathroom whenever I need to. But even then I'm just like surviving and fighting to survive. No luxury, like no opportunity really for luxury, no opportunity to even think about luxury, because I'm just, simply in survival mode, just trying to survive. Um, so I did, my legs hurt. The swelling went down some, but my legs still hurt and trying to cramp up. And earlier, when I bent down to try to spray and sanitize my shoes, um, they were squeezing my organs. And then when I after I got out of the shower, um the moment that I turned off all the lights and try to adjust the air conditioner and then try to come lay down, they I don't remember if it was weed eater or I think it was the weed eater, not the leaf blower, noise harassment, like right on cue, you know. Um, and then at one point, um, I don't know if it was a perp blasting loud music or they were just vibrating my body, but my body was like being vibrated really bad for like 10 minutes or so. And then I felt like some cramping in my legs for a bit too. Um, you know, but yeah, yeah, so like when I checked into after I checked in and then I came into this room and yeah, it said 80% of rooms are booked, meaning like 20% of rooms are available. And she would lie to people. I don't know if I was the only one she would lie to, but then she told me that another time before she tried to tell me that plenty of people she have to turn away. But I never heard of that though. That you turn people away because you question whether or not people want to extend their stay. Um, but I don't know. It's like I really think that they need to get rid of her and get somebody different because I never experienced something like this at any hotel or motel that I stayed at. What the hell is wrong with her? You know, excuse me. But like as I said, this is like the like one of the cheapest. Like the fact that I had enough points, for to get a reduced price room, and only $17 that I had to pay. But and it didn't seem like it take very long to rack up extra points. But but I like this room, but it's just that that lady, that perp lady that with the DoorDash and everything. I gotta battle and fight. You know, so I mean I sprayed the shit out of the bed, like the area where I'm sleeping at, and um as I said, tomorrow I will try, you know, to buy what I need to fight and battle, you know. But this is hard, you know, dealing with being forced homeless due to the gang stalking. Excuse me. Oh, I noticed that there are more people that's considered targeted individuals if they are forced homeless, then some of them be homeless living in a vehicle, you know. But the ones who have to be on the streets or in shelters end up having it real hard. We end up having it real hard, you know. Um, excuse me. So, but yeah, like I'm beginning to get like some like I don't know if to say cysts or something in my right ear. Um, like cyst or boils or something in my right ear, the top part of my right ear. But but like soon I have to go to court again. Somebody called me earlier today with a private number, but excuse me, somebody called my phone with a private number, but I don't know who it was. Um, but It's really hard living like this though. But yeah, my legs they hurt. But I didn't even I was too tired even to have dinner. But I think I ate lunch. It was before 3 o'clock. But around 10 o'clock I started to feel hungry. But but of course like I didn't want to have like McDonald's, Wendy's, or Popeyes or whatever. So I excuse me. There are a couple of other places. Excuse me. I'm a little. I mean, I have the funds tonight to eat. But I figure it's too late. And I didn't want to go to bed on a full stomach. And I've been off and on today feeling like off and on feeling like explosive heartburn, like so bad I could feel it all the way in my stomach, off and on throughout the day. Um, you know, excuse me. So, um, but this phone, it seems like it's been I have it on a charger, but it seems like it's charging backwards. This is the phone that the cops broke. But the other phone, today, it was charging slow. Um, you know. But as I said, like I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, I tried to look for jobs online, and those bastards, all the jobs that I favorited to try to apply for later, they undid all the favorites on the jobs that I was trying to inquire about. So these perps don't want us targets to work when we try. And then they lie and say that we're lazy and don't want to work. You know. Excuse me. So yeah, tomorrow's Thursday, right? Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So wow. So I mean, and it's like the more nights I'm on the streets, that's the more my legs get bigger and swell more. It is so hard. Like it's hard getting help, like both online and in person. Um, excuse me. And I like I learned that through personal experience that just holding a sign and staying in the same spot for 8 hours, um, it doesn't work when I do it. You know, or if I walk around showing a sign, everybody ignore me. But that's why I walk up to people and ask, but only out of necessity and when I don't have anything. Excuse me. And it's exhausting. Like I really don't like panhandling. I really don't like to have to ask for help. And if it helps me when I can earn my own money through working or whatever, it helps me feel so much better to reap the fruits of my own labor. And then the perps still be trying to be controlling with that too. You know, but I feel like it's traumatizing the fact that they want to criminalize me eating. You know, eating a normal meal, you know, and I've been like, because of them attacking me about the food, like I've been like, would feel and like my conscience nagged and fearful that I'm doing something wrong and feeling anxiety every meal or every time it's, or every time I get hungry. Like I shouldn't have to feel ashamed or guilt or feel like a criminal just for feeling hungry. You know, excuse me. So even for me to say that I didn't have dinner, that I did not have dinner, I could even say that I am not hungry. And then the online perps would rave on and bitch about me having an obsession with food, even when I just try to document that, I'm not hungry at the moment, or I didn't have much of an appetite today. Or they will rave on and talk about my obsession with food and being so greedy. Excuse me, like one time they had this online perp. If it wasn't the obsoletist, then it was another online perp. I think it was the obsoletist, that Freemason from the UK. Um, excuse me, one of those online perps mentioned that that even if I talk about healthy food, that I'm still greedy and just obsessed with food, and that all my mind is just preoccupied with food, and which is not really true. Like if I can go a whole like 2 hours of talking about not only my day, but talking about the stuff I talk about, and then do like a 5 minute segment of the video documenting what I ate, and not only documenting what I ate, but documenting how my sleep was, documenting that that, oh, okay, I took a shower, um, you know, excuse me, and the online stalkers lie and say that I be laying up in these hotel rooms and never take a shower. A lot of the times I might take a shower and then come onto the YouTube video like fresh out of the shower, you know, and they will still lie and say that I'll be laying up in the bed, laying up in hotel rooms, and never ever take a shower. Even if it's one day when I might feel too sleep deprived or too tired or even too depressed to take a shower. For that one day, they will lie and say that I never shower and that I'm nasty. And they lie and say that I smear, they lie on me and say that I smear doo doo all in the shower or that I pee in the bed all the time. You know, but the perps, they be like trying to force urinate. But, at least when I get to the bathroom, the bathroom is just right there. So, like, instead of being on the other side, um, of the like closer to the air conditioner and closer to the front door, I always come close to the side, closer to where the bathroom is. So you know, but even like with me just laying right here, and then I just and they try to force urinate me or something like that with the weapons, that's them doing that to me, you know, and whatever in person stalkers or satellites or whatever, you know, um, so oh man, my legs, oh man, But since I could not have permanent housing anymore, um, I wish I had it to where I could have a job or a side hustle to be able to afford like my own daily or weekly hotel or motel. Um, and work and then pay for it, without the need to ask for help in person or online. And then I mean like with the payment that I got last night, for at least a couple or a few days, you know, a few days at the most, but more like a couple of days. Um, if I got to be back on the streets, I guess I can eat pretty good for a couple of days. Um, when I say eat good, you know, I'm not talking about expensive, fancy. I mean, what did I say? Expensive, fancy. I'm not talking about expensive, fancy, luxury meals or anything. When I say eat good, meaning like get a filling meal. You know, but but yeah. I mean, it seemed like I'm being like, it seemed like even being attacked by flea bites. Well, I'm not outside, so no mosquito bites tonight. But it seemed like being attacked by what feels like flea bites and bed bug bites. Excuse me, but I've been trying to study to see what essential oils, you know, would help combat or get rid of, whatever attacks. And I need to try to see um what natural thing that's not chemical that will deter um me being attacked by mosquitoes when I have to be on the streets, you know. And even over the winter, I would it would be cold and wet and well, not rainy wet, but humid kind of wet. And for me to end up being attacked by mosquitoes, and then if excuse me, if it's a good 55 degrees and below, then I won't. I mean, then the mosquito attacks go away. But then if it's like even in the 60s and cold and humid, and me being like attacked by swarms of mosquitoes and stuff. But I mean, I don't really have know of or have really anywhere to go. You know, so uh, this ear is itchy now. The other ear was itching earlier. Um, but so yeah, tomorrow I have to go back on the streets. But at least I will be good on you know, food for at least a couple of days. You know, but I mean, it's 11:31 right now. Almost midnight, and I haven't had dinner. But it's like I'm scared that if I try to order something with my own money that I earned, even though it wasn't much, but if the online perps would attack me and go off or gossip or complain, you know, about stuff that's not their business. Um, this time around, yeah, it's my own money that I earn. Excuse me. But as I said, it was not a whole lot, not that much. So I guess I'm gonna get off here, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. It will be tomorrow morning by the time this video upload anyway. So I'll see y'all.